Man, the explosion continues. Staffing World 2023 next week. I'm here with my man, Daryl. Man, long time no see, brother.
Yeah, it's been a few months. It's great to see you. Looking forward to seeing you in person in a few days.
Man, so what's going on, man? Since we've been so busy, man, what's going on your side of the woods, buddy?
It's moving in a lot of different directions right now. We're in conference season, so it's a lot of traveling and a lot of great conversations and a lot of bonding with clients and partners and meeting new folks, and then trying to manage the business back home as well, which is kind of tough with all that going on. But we're figuring out ways to get things done, and business is going really well, and we're just extremely thankful for the position we're in.
Love it, brother. So I got to ask you, is it cold up your way, man? You got long sleeve on. What the hell?
Yeah, we're hitting fall now, man. The leaves are changing. It's quite beautiful, but it's a little bit, daunting, if you will, when you walk outside and you're used to having a T-shirt on. It's like you get hit with maybe a 55-degree little wind. You end up throwing a jacket on.
Well, the weather next week, did you already check? It's going to be low 80s, man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I know.
That's my kind of weather. Yeah, absolutely. Can't get better than that.
Well, if you get a chance, I'm staying at the Omni. I'll be podcasting there, poolside. So if you want to bring your trunks and you want to jump in the pool, brother, you're welcome to.
100%, I will be there. Absolutely.
All right, buddy. So let's just deep dive in, man. Everybody knows who you are, but just tell us a little bit about your solution. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I mean, we're an onboarding software solution. We're built for staffing companies. We work with all sizes of organizations and all industries. I think when 10 years back when we first started out, we were looking at light industrial and how to get someone that might be a little bit less tech savvy through that onboarding process very quickly, very easily with a lot of assistance. And we were able to accomplish that very well. And then from there, we just kind of started developing into different industries. And now we're kind of leading the space in healthcare in regards to onboarding, just because of the absolute complexity of an onboard within healthcare, and being able to unify all the different processes together into one system through integrations.
I love it. And onboarding is so important. We all talk about, it's so easy to onboard, but how many staffing firms don't onboard the right way? I mean, shit.
You would be very surprised. It's kind of scary, and I think it comes down to a couple things. One being, there's not always a ton of information out there to be accessed, and sometimes people aren't looking for it. And we all get comfortable in our ways, right? And change is hard and all that good stuff. But there is a lot of technology out there, including onboarding, that will really help organizations create workflows and automation and be able to a lot more with a lot less folks doing data entry and getting those folks into a more revenue making type role and keeping the recruiters on the phone and keeping them happy. It's a really interesting scenario in which, when you're leveraging technology in specific ways, you're able to automate 98% of what you're doing manually, which is more accurate, more compliant. And then, obviously you're really increasing the employee experience by unifying that whole process into one.
And it's all about speed. I talk about this all day today, man.
100%.
We are in a hyper deficit world now, dude. If it's not done in 3 seconds, Daryl, I'm out of here.
And if it ain't easy, it's, you gotta get rid of all the furniture, get it out of the way. Right. So with our organization, and I say this as a whole, within our organization, we've been able to reduce fallout with most of our clients, on average of 30% reduction in fallout. And that comes down to a lot of different factors, but 3 big ones. And these 3 big ones we were able to kind of track and trace. One is a magic link. So when someone's onboarding, they get a text message, they click a link, they're in the system. They're not fumbling around trying to create a username and password and all that jazz. They're coming right into the system. The second would be the internal communication. When someone's going through an onboarding process, they have a question, typically they would email somebody and ask them a question, and 2 days later they get back to them and, hey, they got 3 other offers in their inbox, right?
Yep.
We have real-time messaging. So if you're going through your onboarding and you got a question on a form, you can type right in there. It goes right, via text message, via email, through our system, right to someone to help you in real time to help push you through with that speed that you had mentioned. We also have guided forms. So the guided forms have a logic built into them to help work people through those forms really quickly and very easily to eliminate any questions they might have, right? So keeping it very streamlined and helping people get through the process quickly, that's a win-win for everyone.
Dude, brother, you don't have to tell me twice about that, man. Helping people out to onboard. I mean, everybody has a question. Do I put my tax number in? Do I put this in? I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, and guess what? They get frustrated and they ghost you all the time.
Yeah.
So this will eliminate that for sure.
Absolutely. And all the effort and work that was put in on the front end, and I'm speaking to the choir here, of building a relationship with someone and getting them to a point where they're excited about a position, and then getting them to the onboarding phase and just completely letting them down. That's just not a good look, especially a good look on your organization, right? So it's extremely important, to have that competitive edge to get people through that process quickly, and in a way that keeps them kind of upbeat and happy while they're doing it, right?
That's the whole key. Keep them happy the whole time. Yeah. The whole process is about being happy, not because most of the time when you come in, you're looking for a job, you're pissed off, you're frustrated, you hate life, right? I mean, it's a full-time job, And then now, you get hired, then you got this onboarding stuff or whatever and it's all juggling at you, and you're trying to do 10 things at one time, right? So you're trying to do onboarding while you have your kids screaming at you. I mean, seriously, this is where the assistance comes in.
Well, here's the other flip side of the coin, right? So not only if you're not leveraging technology from candidate experience, you also have a team of people that are just working their butts off, stressed to high heaven, shuffling through spreadsheets, logging into 5 different softwares, trying to get an answer to a question. That's the flip side of the coin. You want everyone to be happy. This is a kind of an ecosphere of, you want your people that are coming on to be happy. You want your internal workers to be happy. You want to be compliant. You want to do things fast. You want reporting. You want things in real time. And that's really what, not just to speak to our software, but our software, we are able to, more than half of our clients, just based on them allowing us to do this for them, they've been able to automate 97% of that onboarding process.
Damn.
So when you start to think about that, you have an ATS, right? You bring a candidate in. We integrate with that ATS. That information gets pushed into our system. Our system creates that whole employee file. Okay, so all the government forms, state, local, federal, all the ancillary forms for your company, all their ancillary forms, if it's healthcare, skills checklist, TB testing, immunizations, credentials, we build that whole file through automation, and that person gets a text message, minutes later. And they can go in and they use their camera to take pictures of their credentials. We manage all those credentials for our clients from a date perspective and reaching out for them, sending them nudges and things of that nature. So there's a complex amount of things that go into this process. But when you get it set up and stood up, it is such an amazing journey, and it's such an amazing outcome that our clients would get. And that's why, we haven't really, as an organization, done a lot of advertising and, doing cold calls and stuff like that, because everything's coming from referrals from other customers that those customers know, or people in the same market, and they're finding out they're losing market share to another organization. They're trying to figure out why. Oh, well, it's like they have a really slick tech stack, and they're getting people, onboarded in such a quick time, and getting people into the organization quick. They're starting to kind of shed some of that market share, and other companies, having a competitive advantage of taking that right away.
What I love about it, man, you guys don't really market that much, man. Seriously, I see it shows and stuff like that. You don't push any spammy content out there, man, and you guys are rocking out. I love it.
It's weird. Our philosophy is more, especially when we're talking with potential clients, we're just interested. We're curious people. We want to know what you're doing.
Badass. You guys are cool as shit. Time out. You guys are cool as shit. I'm not saying.
No, I appreciate that, man. You're cool too, and I love your energy, and I love being around you, and you uplift everyone you come around, and that's something that you should be extremely happy about as a human being, because it really does bring joy to a lot of people. And I know, for one, I appreciate it. And your friendship. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, brother, man.
Of course.
To my heart. But no, seriously, when I go to the events and talk to you guys, man, you'll see there's other ones I talk for 5 minutes. I can talk forever, and we hang out because you care. And seriously, even if it's a client, you never pressure people to buy off you, because you're not buying something. You're building a family together, man.
Yeah, and honestly, we may not be for everyone, right? I like to think we are, but in some cases, people get stuck in their own ways, and the cost benefit doesn't always work out. But like I said, we're very curious people. We want to better understand what you're doing today and how to do it better tomorrow, and what we can do to help to create some automation, enhance the employee experience, work on some of the pain points that you're frustrated with today, and get those out of your life, and have a very cohesive, great onboarding, linked into your current tech stack in a unified way that people can just get right through.
So true. Okay, so you said pain points, brothers. There are a couple out there. When you're out there and you're talking to doing consulting and trying to get them to come aboard, what are they telling you on their side?
Well, typically they have. I'll speak on both sides. I'll speak on the candidate side of them bringing people in, and then internally, kind of the issues they're having internally. The candidate side, usually there's a weird username and password that someone has to create, and then there's like certain characters and things you have to use, and it just frustrates the heck out of people, right? So then they have to reach out and try to figure out how to get in there. Once they do get in there, they start filling something out, and then they're redirected to a whole nother website to fill out a background check. And then they're pushed over here for payroll. And then they're, have to talk to Mary about the I-9 and doing the review and stuff like that. And it's causing this, like, someone that when I come into an environment, I want to be able to know what's going on and walk right through, right?
Yeah.
Like, these are environments we're getting shot around 5 different places. 6 different people are communicating on one onboarding. On the flip side of that, internally, you have recruiters on the phones putting together an onboarding packet through a signature kind of thing, and they're trying to figure out what goes where, what employee documents they need to put in there, what government forms, and they're fumbling around with that stuff for 45 minutes to an hour. They get it sent out. The person can't even get in to look at it, and then they're going through and having to scan things and do things that you shouldn't be doing in this day and age, right? So it's about really efficiency, creating a way to have your recruiters say, hey, we're so happy to bring you on board. Click a button in your ATS, and then the onboarding just kicks off. They get a text message. They're in there. They're through their onboarding within 2 or 3 minutes, and they're off to do the rest of their day, and they're committed to what they just signed up for, right?
And you know what? Me and the recruiting side, I'm going to tell you, when you get somebody hired or get through the onboarding very quickly, the smile on their face, Daryl, I got to tell you, man, they're just all pumped up. They're like, and I hate to say it, I'm going to say other staffing firms, but other ones in the area are like, I was there for an hour or two taking a test. I was doing this. All they did was like push it down. And I'm like, hey, that's them. We get it done quickly. And you give them the fist pump and they're out the door. That's what you want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And depending on the volume you're doing, you have to really think about that, right? That's that philosophy of making sure you're taking care of a lot of people and doing it quickly and efficiently, right? And also, it's twofold. Your internal staff is not like having to coordinate a million things and times to meet and things of that nature. And then you also have the employee that can just get a text message and be onboarded in like 3 minutes, right?
There it is, man. 3 minutes, done. Yeah. I love it. Hey, brother, you sent me some stuff here, so I'm going to throw this up there, man, and we'll just talk about it real quick. Man. Yeah. You got some great companies you're integrated with. I mean, if you want to elaborate a little bit with, we got Bullhorn, Aviante, good stuff.
Yeah, we love our partners. We try to work with partners that are kind of like-minded like us, where customer service is number one, no matter what. And number two is driving new technology consistently and bettering the product every day, figuring out different technologies to incorporate in the software to make life easier for our clients and make sure we're taking care of them. So those are the 2 things that we really look for in partners is like, hey, where's your technology at and where do you see it going? And then 2, what does your customer service look like? Like, am I going to hear some horror stories, or I'm going to hear people kind of like sharing some positive energy about what they've been able to accomplish by using your software, right?
And you know this, brother, in our industry, it's big, but it's still small too. You burn a bridge, man, nobody's ever going to forgive it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a very tight ecosphere of partners and customers and clients, and reputation is very important. Not just having a good reputation, but living that life of a good person trying to do the right thing and trying to help people. I think it's the number one thing that we can do within the industry. I've been in the industry personally, and I'm not a big fan of talking about myself, but for the last 20 years working at, the Kelly Services and the Bartex and the smaller boutique type staffing firms. And, what I've taken out of all that is if you treat people well and you have a good network of people that support you and you support them, the sky's the limit from a business perspective. I get like young account executives when I was working, hey, how do you get all these contacts and why do you get all these referrals? It's like, because I treat people how I want to be treated.
There it is.
And I take care of people. I follow through. I make sure that I'm, calling them on their birthday, or if I remember their daughter had a volleyball game, asking how that turned out. I truly do care, and I'm interested in those things. So building that network is extremely important.
Dude, 100%, man. If you promise something to somebody, you come through with that, man. And you know what? I always say in staffing, when you're on the phone, if you're a recruiter, if you're in sales, you know what? You got to have high energy all the time. Not as high as me all the time, but you know what? You got to bring that because you don't know what their day's like. And if you bring some good, positive, energy to that phone call, they're going to call you back. I mean, that's what it's about. I see recruiters before. Oh, they ghosted me. Well, why did they ghost you? Maybe call them up and see, hey, are they sick? Something like that. But no, they just bad mouth the client or the candidate and goes right down the rabbit hole and they're done, So,
I've noticed the best policy, and this is just personally me, I'm just very honest with people and kind of literal about what's happening and just enforce common sense and just ask the questions. What happened? Just let me know. Maybe we can work this out, or maybe we can't. We part ways in a better way. But at the end of the day, most people are responsive to that.
100%. Keep it real, friends. That's all it's about. Yeah. All right, buddy. So now it's time for staffing roll the booth, man. I got to talk about this, man, because of your booths, it's like the Disney World, man. It gets higher and higher every year. Is it going like another 2 feet now?
I hope not. I hope not. We try not to be like super flashy, but we also want to make sure people know who we are, right? We're your neighbor. We're that person that you can count on when you need something. And we want to talk to everyone that comes through. And we want to get to know people. So we kind of get a little obnoxious with the booths because we really want to draw people in so we can, share some positive energy and learn a little bit more about what they're up to.
Dude, I got to tell you, man, your booth is amazing. Seriously, it grows every year. And last year was exciting. I mean, you have a whole team coming out to this building, and it's like, the lights, the LED, it's, I had a blast just taking pictures by it last year.
Awesome. Well, we absolutely appreciate that. This year we're doing some really cool stuff at the booth. We have this apparatus, if you will, that takes your picture, and I'll print you out like a baseball card with you on it, like a NASCAR driver card. It's really cool, something cool to throw on your desk, what have you. I think that's going to draw a lot of people because those are fun, just to have, and then we made some t-shirts that are really kind of limited edition, we'll say NASCAR-esque vintage type t-shirts that we're giving out. Yeah, there you go.
There they are.
They're very cool. They're very cool, I think. They're definitely kind of a throwback, cool NASCAR t-shirt. So,
well, brother, you better save the shark one. I want a medium one. I'm ready to wear it, man.
Extra medium for you all day, for sure.
Extra, damn.
Yeah, I'd be offended if you don't get one and you can't wear it at some point.
Sounds good, brother. Anything else going on at Staffing World you guys want to talk about real quick?
Yeah. We're sponsoring for the first time the Fun Zone, which is just an area where people go chill out and have fun. We're doing slot cars there. I think they're racing 6 slot cars at a time. You can bring your team. You can race your CEO. You can bring partners, race them, get a little competitive thing going on. And then we have a thing called the Winner's Circle where you get a picture taken. You're like first, second, and third, and, a little trophy and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a blast. We're going to have so much fun. We're all about having fun. You know that. And I know you're all about having fun. So, you're not going to go wrong coming to booth 901 and having a conversation with someone that's, having a good time. We'll try to brighten everyone's day if we can. If someone's having a bad day, come over and talk to us. Yeah.
Oh my God. 901 is the experience. I mean, you're going to have, it's almost like, I'm going to call it like the Chuck E. Cheese for adults. I mean, it's everything you need is right there.
Let's create some memories, right?
Oh, big time. Yeah. Hey, before we go, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor. Of course, Advanced Partners. They're my friends. They put the fun in funding. If you guys need payroll or funding, you know who to call. Advanced Partners. Awesome, brother. So before we go, we got to do something. You ready for this? So NASCAR is big in Charlotte, right? That's all we talk about. Mm-hmm. Are you a wrestling fan by chance at all?
I was when I was younger. Not, but I still think it's awesome and it's a lot of fun and it's very entertaining.
So I'm going to tell you somebody that's from Charlotte. I think you know. The Nature Boy. You know who he is? Little Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Woo!
All right. So on 3,
Check it out.
we're doing a Staffy Shark. Woo! Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Woo! That's what Staffing World's all about. The Ric Flair. Woo! All right, Daryl. Hey, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. Hey, I will see you next week, brother.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man.